So this will be part 9 of our complete application with Axon framework, and today we are going to be talking about debugging, because in the previous lesson or in the previous tutorial we tried to run this application and we ran into some errors. So one of the errors you might encounter here is the issue of Kotlin not having this dependency, the Kotlin dependency. So basically we need the Kotlin reflect dependency, so that is what I already added. And now we already succeeded to start up the Axon server, and it started, and I can actually go to the dashboard. So this is the Axon server dashboard running at port 8024, and I go to product and we don't get anything. But if we go to the stack trace of the error here, you can see that we are having an error here, says null pointer exception. So it means that this error is coming from the controller.java, so it tells us clearly it's coming from this file controller.java. So let's go find out to see. For now I'm going to stop this application. Maybe let me just stop it, and then we can restart it once we fix this problem. Alright, so I'm going to stop the application at this point. So let's stop it and let's go to the controller file. So if you are in the controller file, you can see immediately that the query gateway is not wired into we don't have it, the constructor parameter for the query gateway, so we can just add it there. Okay. So I'm going to save everything and I'm going to restart this application once more, and hopefully at this time we should be able to have a response giving us a list of all the products. So let me just mention another error you might encounter is the one I mentioned before now. So basically if we go to the right model for products, and we have this update stock command handler here. Sometimes I normally make the mistake of giving it a name, for instance public void update stock. So that you should not do. You should use the name handle. So command handler functions have the name handle, while the event sourcing handler has the name on. But for the constructor command handler, it has to be actually the name of the aggregate. In this case, it's products. Alright, so I think everything works perfectly well. I'm going to first go to access the H2 console, so I can actually go to HTTP and go to localhost. It's gonna be 8087/H2 console. Alright, so here we have the H2 console is working perfectly. So it's going to be ecom demo db. That is the name we give to our database. Remember, ecom demo db. So I'm going to connect, and it connected. So you can see the order summary. Now if you go to the order, you can see that we have the product ID right here. Remember, we created this product ID as the joint column. Alright, so let's now try to access some products by refreshing this page, and you can see that everything is working. So it's really good that we don't really have so much error to handle at this time. If I go to orders, we don't have any order at this time, so that is fine. I would like to test the create new order, and this I might have to do it using the REST template. So let me just open REST template. Let's try to create a new order. I'm going to say advanced REST template, I think. Yeah, so let's use advanced REST template to see if we can create a new order. So advanced REST template opens up. Permit me to just take a look, one more look at my other controller file here. This is fine. Also look at the other projector, which is part of the query. So other projector, and this is fine as well. There's something missing here, because once we create a new order, we need to also send a command to depreciate the value of the stock based on the command. But for now, let's just test and make sure that our order is working. We will be able to create a new order. So I'm going to go to advanced REST template. So the endpoint name here for creating a new order, if I go back here, you can see is create order, and it takes all these parameters: the ID, the price, the number, and the product ID. So if I go to create order command, I should be able to see the data types of this. So you can see we have the order ID is UUID. Actually, so when we are creating a new order, let's give a second. Let me check again for. So we need to fix a problem at this point. So when we are creating a new order, we are actually not going to. So give me a second. Right, so here, this is where I want to come. So when we are creating a new order, actually we will not pass an ID. It's going to use its own ID, so it's going to be UUID dot random UUID. Okay, so this is how this has to be assigned by the constructor. So take note of this. And so when we get to the other controller here, let's see, give me a second. Again, I'm going to right, so I'm going to just restart. So let me stop and save everything, and then just restart. when we are creating a new order from the new order controller here, so we need to, instead of using summary that get ID, we are going to use a random UUID here, UUID.random UUID. So because the summary we don't actually get the any ID from the creation of the order, so we only get the price, the number, and the product ID. So I'm going to save everything, and I'm going to restart this program, and let's see what happens. Alright, so once we come here, we have create order, we have the body, and here we have the create order commanding the price, the product ID, and we actually don't need any ID here. So I'm going to send this request to 8087. So let's see. So I'm going to send this across. Send. Alright, so let's now go to check whether an order has been created. So I'm going to refresh this page, and okay, so this is one thing I need to explain. So let's go back to the other projector here. So to the other projector, summary, new summary. So this is not saved, so you will actually have to say repository dot save and specify the summary. Okay, so this is what it should be. So I'm going to just save files, save all. So I'm going to explain this in a minute. For now, let's just save everything and make sure we have everything working. So let me just stop the program and then relaunch it again. And let's see. So this is orders. Let's start with product first. Product, and product is okay. So let's go to orders to check. Orders. Okay, so actually one order was created, as you can see right here. So that is this, what I sent here. I'm going to actually send another one for product ID of 2. Let me send it and see what response I have. So send. And they say okay, so I should have one more order here. As you can see, we have another order. In this case, the product ID was 2. Alright, so in the next part we'll now start working on the UI to see how we can do a very good UI. So remember to subscribe, and also feel free to leave a comment to let me know if you have any challenges whatsoever.